Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County. This is Tuesday, October 28th. This is the jail calendar and the arraignment calendar. I'm going to call the arraignment calendar first, and then we'll call the jail calendar. Okay, first case on the arraignment calendar is Mortimer O'Leaf Cooks. Mortimer O'Leaf Cooks, and this was scheduled by Attorney Lynch.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Mr. Cooks. All right, Mr. Lynch.
Your Honor, Mr. Lynch is not in the courtroom right now, but he will have to conference with him.
All right.
And he would also need to be appointed to his driving.
All right, that's fine. Y'all send me an appointment order. Okay, so Mr. Cooks, Mr. Lynch has stepped out of the courtroom for a moment, but when he comes back at the earliest appropriate time, we'll go ahead and do a breakout room for you, or he will call you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you to just mute your device, and I'm gonna change your name on here.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. All right. All right, Angelisa Monet Dura.
Yes. Yeah.
Good morning, Ms. Dura. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt & Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, is this Attorney Lynch's case also?
It could be either one of ours, Your Honor, but we would need to conference.
Okay. 1 second, let me turn the volume up.
What did she call it?
Cook.
Oh, did he announce he's here, right?
Yeah.
All right, Dora, you're gonna need a conference. Cooks, you're gonna need a conference. Is that correct?
So Judge, sorry, Mr. Cooks is actually a negotiated plea. I don't think we're gonna need to conference on that for both matters, Judge. We've
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so conference for Miss Dora. Next case on the calendar is Annie Froese Freeman. Annie Froese Freeman.
Is that Ms. Freeman in the courtroom? Annie Freeman.
Last call for Annie Froese Freeman. I'm looking on the screen. I don't see anyone. Nobody's indicating that they hear me. So that will be a bench warrant. Next is Asha Abiba Graham. Asha Abiba Graham.
Your Honor, she's on the Zoom call. We would need to conference with her.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to unmute my phone.
That's okay. See, the purpose of putting your first and last name on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, is that even if you can't, for technical reasons, unmute as quickly as I call your name, if I see your name, I'm going to give you that grace. So that's important to put your first and last name on the screen. Glenn Dale Richard.
President of the courtroom. You can come forward. He's president of the courtroom, Judge. He's coming forward.
All right. So, Mr. Richard.
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, and invalid registration or tags.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, I brought all my credentials with me. I got my license. Everything is straight. The vehicle that I had, I don't have, but the truck that I'm driving, I got insurance, everything, registrations. My birthday was on the 21st. So everything is up to date, between 2 and 3 days old, and I can show the credentials and everything, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Bing.
Yes, if I can be put in a breakout room, that'd be great. And it'll be a very quick offer.
Okay, so Ms. Bing is gonna go into a breakout room with you, and then she can verify the information that you have and talk to you about what's left, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give me a moment, Mr. Richard, and at the appropriate time, I'll call you up and we can go ahead and have that conversation.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, so that concludes the arraignment calendar. Are we ready on a plea for Cooks?
Yes, Judge, let me just pull up, but yes, we are ready for that, Judge. I just need to pull up something to verify. Yes, Judge, we're ready.
Okay, Mr. Cooks,
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. All right, your attorney has indicated you're ready for a plea. Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. So you're before the court on case 2022 CR 01532, represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. You're before the court for driving on a suspended or revoked license, count 1, no license, count 2, improper lane change, count 3. You're also before the court on case 2023 CR 01347 for driving on a suspended or a revoked license and no license. What is your client plead to the offenses before the court, Mr. Lynch?
Judge, on the matter ending in our 2022 CR 01532, improper lane change, enter a no contest plea. I believe counts 1 and 2 will be null pros. And then for the other case, my understanding is that that matter will be null pros pursuant to the plea negotiations.
All right. Okay, so my understanding is that Mr. Cooks is entering a plea to improper lane change, count 3. Counts 1 and 2 will be no pros on case 2022 CR 01532 and on case 2023 CR 01347. That case will be no pros in its entirety. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So Mr. Cooks, by entering a plea of guilt, I'm sorry, it was guilty or nolo?
Nolo.
Okay. By entering a plea of nolo, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And sir, if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis, please. Recommendation?
Yes. And for the case ending in 1532, the facts are thus. On April 12, 2022, officers observed Mr. Cook's car crossing the double yellow lines with both left tires and then moved back into his lane. Multiple times, officers initiated a traffic stop, spoke with the driver, confirmed that there was a driver's license that was suspended for. The state is recommending a null pros of driving while suspended license because he does now have a valid license. A null pros of count 2 and a $100 fine for count 3.
All right, Mr. Cooks, the fine is $100. It'll be $151.50 with the surcharges. I can give you, I'm going to automatically give you 30 days because you're not at the courthouse to pay. But I can give you up to 60 days if you need it. Just let me know, sir.
Can you give me up to 60 days, but I'll try to get it done faster.
That's fine. So just make sure you do it on or before the 60th day. You don't want like a computer glitch to delay you. So earlier is better because if you fail to pay, eventually an arrest warrant could issue. Mr. Lynch, do you have his email address or do I need him to send it to Ms. Wright?
Mr. Cooks, if you could chat your email address to Amanda Wright. I don't think I have it at my fingertips, Judge. So
Okay, no problem. Mr. Cooks,
Okay.
you know how to use the chat function?
I believe so. No.
Okay, so when you go on, you're gonna see a name in dark blue. So the name will be white and the background will be in dark blue. You see
Okay.
that?
Is it Amanda Wright?
Yes, that's exactly who I need you to send it to.
Okay.
So you click on that, type in your email address and
Okay.
send it to Miss Wright.
Okay.
And she's gonna email you all the information you need on how to pay it online, by phone, or in person, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, sir, and once you got that done, you'll be free to go, and I just ask that you stay safe and keep your documents in order.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
I get to it.
All right, so Mr. Richard, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, so in the courtroom, so Ms. Bing can speak with you about your documents and everything. Mr. Lynch, did you all have Ms. Tortorello's computer that y'all wanted to conference with the other individuals on?
Yes, Your Honor, I would need to speak to Angelica Dura and Asha Graham. If
Okay.
ASG Bank could please send over both the accusation and the police report to me, I would appreciate it. I got Graham's accusation, but I need her incident report.
Okay. All right, so Miss Dora, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Tortorello. And then once she is done, then I'll put Miss Graham in the breakout, or is it Miss Graham? Yes, Miss Graham in a breakout room with Miss Tortorello. So if you all would just be patient, it shouldn't take that long, and we'll go ahead and set up the breakout rooms. I'll set up a breakout room for Miss Bing and for the courtroom so she can speak to Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard, if you come on up so you can speak to, into the computer, and that way you and Miss Bing can talk about your case, okay? And bring your documents up to the front with you. All right, Miss Bing, and the courtroom will be in breakout room number 1. Miss Tortorello and Miss Dora will be in courtroom number 2. Breakout room number 2. I'm going to open those rooms now. And let me know when you're finished. Sir, who has the Motorola designation, what's your name for me, sir? Can you unmute for me?
Reginald Lyons.
I'm sorry, say your last name again.
Lyons, Lyons.
L-Y what?
ONS.
Oh, Lions, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you here for this case, or are you a witness?
No, ma'am. I'm here for the I supposed to have been taking the plea. Miss Tortorello is my attorney.
He's on
Okay.
the jail calendar.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Lyons, you're on the other calendar. I'm gonna call that in a minute. Just hold tight for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thanks, Ms. Wright. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as soon as the attorneys come out of the breakout rooms, we'll be able to move the rest of the cases forward. If you're on if you're waiting for a case that's on the jail calendar, even if you're not in jail, but it's just on the other calendar, we'll be right with you, okay?
Oh.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Lynch?
I just wanted to say that Ms. Tortorella's in the breakout rooms. Did you want to go through the jail calendar now?
Is Ms. Bing is finished speaking with Mr. Richard, I take it?
I'm here.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bing, did you have an announcement for Mr. Richard?
Yes, we are going to null process that. All of his documentation looks good.
All right, Mr. Richard, thanks for getting everything taken care of. You're free to go. Be safe. All right.
I'm sorry, one more announcement. We are null processing Miss Dora's case. She finished all of the requirements for pretrial diversion.
All right. Cool. Miss Dora, thank you so much. You're free to go. Be safe.
Thank you too.
Okay. And Freeman was a bench warrant, and with Ms. Tortorello needs to just speak with Ms. Graham, is my understanding.
Your Honor, Ms.
Yes.
Freeman did appear in the courtroom. I'm sorry, she just got.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure when she got here, but she's here now.
She's your client, correct? Nope,
No.
she's not. So have her come up for me.
And Your Honor, if we could do Robert Lyons' plea. For some reason, he's on the jail calendar, but I believe the intention was for him to be on the arraignment calendar out of bond.
Okay, are you all finished talking and he's ready for a plea?
Yeah, Your Honor, yes, he was on calendar call last week, and I believe Solicitor Brooks provided the recommendation on record with a deadline. This is involving that DUI case, Your Honor.
Okay, 1 second. All right, come on up, Ms. Freeman. All right, so Ms. Freeman, you're before the court for driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, erratic lane change, and a highway violation. Did you wish to have an attorney represent you, or did you wish to speak with the state and see what the offer would be if you wanted to consider a plea? I'm sorry, you glitched. Say that again for me. Okay. All right. So Ms. Bing, you want me to put you back in a breakout room with Ms.
Yes.
Okay.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
All right. And then we'll go to the jail calendar and Mr. Lyons' plea.
Okay.
All right. So the courtroom is in breakout room number 1. Miss Bing, you're in breakout room number 1. You should just be able to go back into the breakout rooms, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we have an announcement on Freeman.
All right.
Yes. So she does have a valid driver's license. So we're going to go ahead and null pros counts 1 and 2. She's going to plead to improper lane change at a $150 and is going to be null pros.
All right. Ms. Freeman, raise your right hands for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on State of Georgia versus, is it Francie?
No,
Addie Froese.
correct.
I'm sorry.
First person
Annie,
got it right.
Annie Froese Freeman, for driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, erratic lane change, and highway violation. And this is case 2023 CR 00351. So my understanding, Ms. Freeman, you are wishing to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. By entering a plea of NOLO to improper lane change on count 3. Counts 1, 2, and 4 will be no pros. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis.
October 4th, 2022, Ms. Freeman was involved in a single car accident where she attempted to use the brakes, but the brakes did not function. And as a result, she ended up swerving out of her lane, well, I guess she did hit another vehicle and some property, jumped onto a curb, drove into private property and struck a gas pump. State is recommending a null pros of count 1 and 2, and a $150 fine for count 3, and a null pros for count 4.
All right. So Ms. Freeman, the $150 fine with the surcharges is going to be about 200, if I'm not mistaken, $24 around that. Did you wish to pay that today, or did you need additional time? I can give you up to 60 days if you wish to pay it later.
I won't need 60 days, but I do need extra time.
Okay, how about 30?
That's fine.
All right, so what I'm going to ask you to do is go down to the second floor before you leave the building. When you go down to the second floor, when you come back through the double doors into the hallway, you're going to go to your left to the traffic court desk. They're going to give you your paperwork. It's going to have the exact date by which you need to pay. You're going to be able to pay at that desk in person if you want to come back and pay in person, or they can instruct you as to how to pay online or by phone. I just ask that you put a reminder so you don't miss the deadline, because if you miss the deadline to pay your suspended sentence, it could result in an arrest warrant, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Just don't leave the building without your paperwork.
Okay, so you said go
All
down
right,
to
be
the
safe.
second floor, right?
Second floor, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so Ms. Tortorello and Ms. Graham, I put Ms. Graham in the breakout room at the big when I was talking to Ms. Bing. So hopefully Ms. Graham has been able to speak with Ms. Tortorello.
Al, I don't know if you're the right person for this, but we're going to need an interpreter for the jailer.
I want to be on second.
On that.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm back. Jail calendar.
Judge, we can go through that, and I think I have announcements for pretty much everyone while Ms. Tortorello finishes up with
Okay.
Ms. Graham, maybe.
All right. So the first case on the jail calendar is Najee Isaiah Clark. That case is closed.
Judge, that's a probation petition for Ms. Chang, I believe, and our plan is to stipulate to the violation and ask the court to accept Ms. Chang's recommendation at this time.
Okay. Next is Rashad Marquise Hill.
And I believe he's on the Zoom call, Judge. I think Ms. Tortorello handled that plea. If I'm not mistaken, this is in regards to child support,
Yeah.
suspended sentence.
Yeah.
And I did speak to Mr. Hill. I think if you wanted to go ahead and address that, I can stand in at this point. Or if you want to keep going through the calendar, whatever your pleasure, Judge.
Okay, we can go through the calendar. Khalil Damari Jones.
And Judge, Ms. Tortorello spoke to him, but I believe that is going to also be a stipulation. She'll have to confirm that, but that's my understanding.
Okay. Reginald Lamont Lyons.
And Judge, I believe that is scheduled for a negotiated plea, is my understanding.
Okay.
Yes, that's my understanding as well.
All right. And Emmanuel Monfiston.
I believe that is scheduled for a bond hearing or for the defense to be heard on bond. Ms. Tortorello is handling that. We may be waiting on an interpreter, but I'm not.
Yes,
Okay.
and the victim is also here on the Zoom call and would like to make a statement.
Does Mr. Monfiston speak Spanish?
Judge, he speaks Spanish and French, so I think Spanish, but my understanding is he's fluent Spanish speaker.
Okay. All right, because that sounds very much a French name to me.
Yes, that is correct, Judge, but fluent in Spanish as well.
Okay, great. All right. And David Oliver.
Judge, that's my case. That's going to be a probation petition with Mr. Austin, and we are going to stipulate and accept and ask the court to accept Mr. Austin's recommendation at this time.
All right. So I'll wait for Ms. Tortorello on Hill and Lyons. Can we go ahead with Clark?
Absolutely.
Mr. Clark, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Najee Isaiah Clark, 2022 CR 01488. You're before the court because you were here in September 23rd of 2025, sentenced to 12 months on probation for a driving under the influence of alcohol charge. You have 10 months and 22 days remaining. It says that you committed a new offense of criminal trespass and were arrested for said offense in Cobb County on October 15th of 2025, and that you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits, that on October 7th of 2025, that you tested positive for alcohol. Mr. Lynch is representing you. Mr. Lynch, what's going on with your client? We just got him on probation.
Yes, Judge, and we spoke about that, reiterating the conditions of no alcohol. He's not going to make any excuses about that, Judge. I understand that if you follow the recommendation from the probation office, he'll have to test on each report and complete his clinical evaluation by November 15th. And we are going to ask to go along with that.
All right, is this Miss, hold on, I'm sorry, I don't have the whole view up. So is this Miss Chang?
Yes, Your Honor. Good
All right,
morning.
good morning, Miss Chang. All right, Miss Chang, tell me what your recommendation is in this case.
Your Honor, probation recommends that 11 days be revoked, credit for time served, return to probation, drug screen each report, and complete a clinical evaluation by November the 15th.
All right, Mr. Lynch, Mr. Clark, what's going on? Why are we back here so soon? What? Okay, first of all, remind me, how old are you?
29.
Okay, so sir, let me ask you, why you want to live your life this way? Because see, let me just explain how life works. A lot of people think that life happens to them, but really life is a series of choices that you make. And so you can't blame anybody else for what happens to you in life because you make the choices. You're over 18, you're good and grown, and these are you're in an orange jumpsuit based on the choices you're making in life. Now, I get it. A lot of people will grow up with trauma in their life as a kid and trauma even as a young adult, or things that are non-supportive. And I get that. A lot of people have to battle through those types of things. But once you get to be an adult, you got choices. You got to make those choices. If you're dealing with trauma, go to therapy. They got it. It works. Trust me. If you're dealing with something else, if your family's not supportive, then find 1, 2, 3 jobs if you have to, so you don't have to rely on your family to be supportive. But sir, 29 years old, a young person, orange jumpsuit, you're in an orange jumpsuit in Cobb County. I don't know if they got orange or whatever they got, but what I'm telling you is this how you want to live your life? People out here living, man, living, like living. Jobs, vacations, houses that they own, barbecuing on the weekends. Is this how you want to live?
No, ma'am. Like, I used to drive trucks, but then they suspended my license. So now I've just been trying to find a job.
So see, that's what I'm talking about. You said, then they suspended my license. Well, Judge, they suspended my license because I did something. I don't even need to know. They didn't just come randomly suspend your license.
Right.
Back in the day, we had due process. And so I know they didn't randomly just come up to you and say, Najee, I'm going to take your license. We're going to suspend your license, because you made a choice and your license ended up suspended. So I want you to start thinking of it that way. Stop saying they did this to me and start saying, I made this choice and this is what happened. Because when we start thinking that way, then we know we can change those choices that we've made and start making more positive choices. It's all about personal responsibility. When we stop blaming other people for our situation will change. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I have heard some horrific stories of how people started out in life. But when they make the decision to persevere and to make some choices and some changes in what they do and how they do it, you'd be amazed at how their lives turn out in the long run. But if you're going to keep thinking that the reason you're here in an orange jumpsuit and the reason you got stuff pending in Cobb County is because somebody did something to you, you're never going to make it out of here. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
You got to start thinking differently. Do you have, you said you were driving. Do you have your GED?
I got a high school diploma.
High school diploma. Did you do any college or trade school?
No, ma'am, I just went to CDL school.
Okay. Can you eventually get your CDL back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then what we waiting on to get that? See, this is wasting time. You 29 years old. Blink of an eye, you'll be 39. Trust me, because I wake up every morning thinking I'm 23 until my feet hit the floor and them bones creak. So what I want you to understand is life comes at you fast, real fast. You're 29 now. In the blink of an eye, you'll be 39, 49, 59. And what have you done with your life? My husband said, so an older guy told him when he was growing up, if you are still living at 20, if you're still living at 40, the same way you were living at 20, you have wasted 20 years. Do you want to waste 20 years?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start thinking about how we're going to make some changes in life. Let's start thinking about the steps that we need to get our CDL back and then get a job using our CDL. Let's start getting this, let's get this substance abuse evaluation so we can make sure that we don't have an alcohol problem. And if we do have a problem with alcohol, let's acknowledge it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And let's get treatment and let's get in recovery. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't want you behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler killing up everybody on the road. Let's be clear on that.
Yes, ma'am.
But start making some more positive choices, sir. Because life is too short. Like I said, it comes at you quick. You have children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good thing. And you know why? Because you can be selfish and you can focus just on you and getting your life together before you have to focus on kids. They take everything. So focus just on you right now. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to accept the stipulation and agreement between your attorney and the state and probation office. I'm going to revoke 11 days and give you credit for time served. You're going to return to probation. You're going to test for substances at each report. You're going to get your substance abuse evaluation done and turned in by November 15th. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Clark, you're too young to waste your life with foolishness, okay? So let's not waste our life with foolishness.
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Lynch?
No, Judge, just, is there does he have
Ms.
a
Chang, is there a report time?
Yes, Your Honor. It's next Wednesday, November the 5th at 10 a.m.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Wednesday, the 5th at 10 a.m. Don't disappoint yourself, Mr. Clark. I sometimes say don't disappoint me, but really it's not me because I'm living fine. You would disappoint yourself.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office. I'm typing it up, Ms. Chang. Who we got next?
We could do Mr. Oliver.
Your Honor, I'm also told that the interpreter is in the courtroom now.
Okay. All right, and this is Mr.
David Oliver.
Oh, okay. Mr. Oliver, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Oliver, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus David Oliver, 2022 CR 01453. You were entered a plea to driving under the influence of alcohol on the 17th day of September 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 10 months and 19 days remaining, and it says you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits because you tested positive for cocaine on September 24, 2025, and the confirmation was received on September 30th. You're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch. Let me just say this, Mr. Oliver. I've been on this bench 10 years, and this year I have seen more cocaine than I have in probably the previous 5 or 6 years total. Somehow cocaine is making an immense comeback, and that's unfortunate because you know what it looks like cocaine? Fentanyl. You know what can kill quicker than cocaine? Fentanyl. You know that when you are getting drugs from people, that they are not always the most scrupulous when it comes to giving you the drugs and mixing the drugs and sourcing the drugs. Okay, step up a little bit because we're gonna have a conversation. Now, you seem to be more in my age range. That little young gun who came up here, I'm telling him about his future. But you and I, we about that same, age range. And what I'm saying to you is, sir, you gotta life gets better at this age. Like by now, if it works right, we worked our job, raised our kids. We're at the point now where we can be back to being a little bit selfish. But you don't want this to take you out.
It won't, ma'am.
Okay, so talk to me. Tell me what's going on in your life. What has led you to where it seems like it's a smart idea to take cocaine?
Well,
Speak up a little bit for me.
It was an honest mistake. I apologize.
No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna lie to the judge, and we're not gonna lie to ourselves.
So I don't think that Mr. Oliver intends to lie. He does acknowledge the consumption. I don't think that he has a major problem with cocaine. I think that he made a bad choice to consume.
Okay, I'll take bad choice, but I will not take an honest mistake.
And that's, I think he just unfortunate choice of phrase, Judge.
All right. How old are you, Mr. Oliver?
Oh, I'm 60.
Sir, we can't do what them young kids do. We can't. I mean, it just is not. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm my own business owner. I run a landscaping company.
You run a what?
Business.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lynch, he's glitching a little bit, and I don't know if it's because
he said he owns his own company, Judge. He has a landscaping business that he does as a, I guess, self-employed / business, small business.
Okay, you know the quickest way to ruin a business? For the owner to be on drugs and spend all his money buying drugs as opposed to equipment and billing and accounts payable and all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Quickest way to ruin your business and then ruin your life. Mr. Oliver, I just don't even understand. I can't tell you enough how scary it is out here when you hear about people, oh, they just took so and so something, somebody gave them or sold them, and then the next thing you know, they don't wake up. That's what the stakes are now. All right. So, Mr. Lynch, what are we talking here? Mr. Austin, what's the recommendation?
Your Honor, the recommendation is credit for time served since the date of lockup, attend 2 support meetings weekly, drug testing every report going forward, and completion of all special conditions by deadline given by probation.
All right. Mr. Lynch?
Judge, I'm going to ask the court to accept that recommendation from Mr. Oliver, and I don't think you'll see him back here with this again.
All right. So, Mr. Oliver, here's the problem. A lot of times, people will say, hey, I'm just doing this because it's stress and I just needed a little something, but they don't want to acknowledge that whatever the problem is that's causing them to seek out cocaine or to seek out some substance that takes you out of your mind and into oblivion. So it's really not the drugs. It's the underlying problem is whatever you're dealing with that you're trying to run from.
Exactly.
You got me?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
the drugs is what will take you out, but whatever is called what you're dealing with or failing to do is the problem. And you're saying, well, let me just take these drugs because I'll feel good about myself right now and forget about it. Now, usually I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a lowly judge, just humble. But I've seen a lot of times that it's either trauma, something has happened, maybe to you, maybe to somebody you love, or grief. You've lost somebody. And so those are the 2 things I see most often that cause somebody to go off the rails and to seek to disappear inside a bottle or inside a pill or inside some powdered lines. So whatever that is, I need you to think about getting some help for that. Therapy is a good thing. And I know in the Black community, we generally don't talk about that because we got Jesus, but I believe, the Lord made therapists and, the reason they're here is that's another tool for us to be better humans. And so I think you need to, what the underlying issue is. I don't want you to expose that. I'm not here to embarrass you or to call you out, but what's sending you down this road, And so I'm going to ask you to attend one community support meeting a week. That can be anything. It could be Al-Anon, Narcotics Anonymous. It could be any of those substance abuse community support cessation groups that will help you to not use. And the benefit of them is you get to hear from other people who are in a similar situation or who have been in a similar situation and who have been able to move past the point that you're at. Okay? And it's helpful because I can fuss at you all day, but that's not my portion. That's not what I'm dealing with. So it doesn't make any sense for me to try and tell you what you're dealing with. But there are other people who are dealing with the same thing. They can call you out when you say stuff like, oh, it was just an honest mistake. No, it wasn't, sir. That was intentional. Because they've been there. All right. I just say to you, don't lie to yourself. If there's a problem, acknowledge the problem and know that you only fix the problem when you realize there is one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to accept the stipulated agreement, credit for time served, return you to probation, substance abuse. A support, community support group for the cessation of alcohol and drugs. Once per week, you're going to test it, each report, and you're going to complete all of the probation set deadlines for the special conditions. Okay?
Yes.
All right, you're 60 years old, sir. You should be somewhere on a golf course or on a cruise or hanging with your buddies, barbecuing, not this.
I'm getting there.
Okay. All right.
Does he have a report date?
Yes, he can report next Monday at 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank-
Your Honor, whenever you're ready, I have an announcement on behalf of Ms. Graham.
Okay, 1 second. You did get to speak with Miss Graham, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. One second, just let me finish this and send it off. I'm sorry, the whole screen cleared. 1 second, let me go back and fill this in again. Ah, boy.
Attorney Tortorello, and Lynch, I sent you a message. If you could just, for me, please.
Oh,
All right, sorry about that. The screen, with the autofill, if you hit the wrong thing, it'll clear the whole screen. All righty, so Clark and Oliver are done. Who's next?
Your Honor, for Ms. Graham, she's ready to move forward with a negotiated plea.
Okay,
And
and Mr. Lyons?
Mr. Lyons on the jail count, he's also looking for a negotiated plea. Monfiston is a bond hearing and the interpreters here, Your Honor.
Okay,
Mr. Jones, we will stipulate to the violations and accept probation's recommendation.
all right, let's do Graham and then Monfiston and then Mr. Lyons.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Raise your camera on. Hold on a second. Yes. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Graham, you're before the court on State of Georgia. One second. State of Georgia versus Asha Abiba Graham for battery with provocation, case 2021-CR 05946. You're represented by attorney MJ Tortorello. Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Your Honor, that would be a guilty plea under the First Offender Act.
All right. By entering a plea of guilty under first offender, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, on March 22nd, 2021, Ms. Graham followed the victim, Miss Sierra Mullins, Cierra Mullins, Mullins, to work, and then exited her vehicle, approached Miss Mullins, and punched her in the face, pulled her hair, kneed her in the face, and causing her to have a busted and swollen lip and bruising to her face. Ending 12 months, 2 days, credit for time served, balance probated, anger management, a $500 fine, 50 hours of community service, and no contact with the victim, Sierra Mullins, Cierra Mullins.
All right. 12 months, 2 days, credit for time served, balance probated for anger management class, a $500 fine, 50 hours of community service, and no contact. Did I get that correct?
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that is correct.
Because we're glitching. I mean, sometimes y'all glitching, sometimes I think I'm glitching, but I think I got it right. Okay, Ms. Tortorello.
Yes, Your Honor, if probation can terminate once she completes all her requirements, and also.
Why would I do that?
Huh?
Why would I do that?
It's up to your discretion, Your Honor. I'm just asking on behalf of my client. She has grown from this incident. This incident occurred in 2021. It's 2025, and she has.
You still with the guy?
The guy.
There's no.
Was there a guy involved in this? Because usually that's what I see girl fights are. I didn't follow her to work. It was an incident when she almost hit my car. And yeah, it was a long time ago. Like I was young and my frontal lobe done developed more. I'm about to be 26 next month. So like it was stupid. And I lost my job like involved in this because of a background check. So I'm just ready to get this in behind me.
You know what, Ms. Graham, you have given my speech. You gave the whole speech.
I was listening to you.
When you do things when you young, we do stupid stuff. Trust me,
Yeah.
Judge was young once too. So I am glad because I know this took place a while ago, but I am so glad you have matured that this ain't gonna happen again. Let me
Yeah.
just tell you, Judge used to have a little problem with road rage. Like somebody cut me off. Oh, I have a fit. But then I realized that people out here are crazy and they have guns.
Yeah.
And so I said, it would probably behoove you to, like, if somebody wants to go in front of you, let them go, because it's not going to really affect your life in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So, good job. All right, so I'm going to accept your plea under the first offender statute. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 2 days credit for time served. Balance will be probated for an anger management class and a fine in the amount of $500. It's going to be $737.50 with the surcharges. 50 hours of community service. This is a good time to do community service because every nonprofit organization is getting ready for the holidays. In addition to that, because of what's going on with people not getting benefits, there are going to be even more people who are hungry, who are, homeless, who are needing assistance. And so there's volunteer opportunities all over the place. Knock that out as quickly as you can.
Do you think you can send me some recommendations?
They will do that in probation. So she'll
Okay.
tell you what you can, like the organizations you can do, but the organizations, I know Hosea helps, the Hosea Williams organization, I think they're called Hosea Helps now. But they have expanded not just to Fulton County, but to a lot of the surrounding metro counties, and they always have something. I know food banks at this time of year, food banks are really going to need help sorting food and making sure that they do distribution of foods. So those are really two, and I've done both. Hosea Helps I've helped out with, and food banks I've helped out with. So both of those are good organizations where you will meet a lot of cool people and have good conversations while you're volunteering. So that's actually a benefit of it.
Okay,
All
yeah, I
right,
think I live down the street from Hosea Helps too.
there you go.
Yeah.
So Sierra, you're gonna have no contact with Sierra Mullins. You probably don't even still know that person. And I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss James. Miss James is gonna explain everything about probation, and I will allow your probation to terminate upon completion of the special conditions. So once you have completed all of the things I've ordered you to do, the quicker you do them, the quicker you will be off probation. You got me?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
So, and I hope you get your job back or a better job.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. So I'm going to put you in the breakout room with Miss James. Once you have finished speaking with Miss James, you do not have to come back to the main room, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, one second. We go. So I'm going to put Miss James in breakout room number 6. Miss Miss Graham in breakout room number 6, and Miss Graham, just knock it out. And then once you're done, okay?
Thank you.
All right, and go be a blessing to somebody in this holiday season because it's gonna be rough out here for people, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right, take care. All right, and Mr. Monfiston.
Can you bring out Monfiston, please?
Good morning, Ms. Tolles.
You probably, I think you have to stand here because she needs to be like that.
Bonjour. Good morning, Mr. Monfiston.
Good morning.
All right, so sir, you're before the court on state of Georgia versus, one second. State of Georgia versus Emmanuel Monfiston.
Okay.
2025 CR 09381. All right, so sir, you're before the court for simple battery family violence, count 1, simple battery, count 2, and cruelty to children, count 3. Your attorneys have brought you here today for a bond hearing. You will be represented by attorney MJ Tortorello. The state will be represented by attorney Stephanie Bing with the Solicitor General's office. Ms. Tortorello, on behalf of your client, you're requesting bond. You may begin.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me clearly?
I think your computer is picking up feedback.
Is this better, Your Honor?
That's much better.
Your Honor, I'm here to ask that you lower my client's bond amount from 5,000 total, 1,000 total,
To how much?
1,000.
Okay. What are the Ayala factors?
And before I go over those, Your Honor, I also want to request that he also have and be permitted to have no violent or harassing contact with the alleged victim. And that just to also put on record, Your Honor, that my client's being charged with simple battery family violence, and that the cruelty to children in 3rd degree should not, it's not a legal count. And therefore, Your Honor, we are asking for you not to place too much of a bond amount on that count.
And why is it not a legal count? It's either a child under the age of 18 heard, witnessed, or saw some violent act. Why is that not legal?
Your Honor, by statute, that is only added to a battery family violence, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, I will move forward the Ayala factors of bond. Your Honor, my client has been living in Clayton County for about a year. He is not a flight risk, Your Honor, as he's come to this country to ask for asylum and has been here for a year, specifically to Clayton County. Your Honor, he also has ties to the community due to his job and family. Your Honor, as far as his history, measures my client's stability.
What kind of job?
He was currently working at Morano, packaging fruit for about a month. Before then, Your Honor, he was working at Amazon for about 3 months and was later let go because of his immigration status changing. Before then, he worked at the Piggly Wiggly for about a month. Your Honor, My client will not have issues failing to appear in court. He has no such history on his record. My has no criminal history, Your Honor, other than this pending charge, which he is maintaining his innocence. Your Honor, as far as the seriousness of the offense, again, my client is allegedly being accused of striking the alleged victim
Who is?
with a closed fist.
Who's the alleged victim?
The
It's his
victim,
child. Did you have the name of Tortorello? I can provide it.
and that's his wife. And the act allegedly did not, the alleged victim did not sustain injuries. My client maintains his innocence, Your Honor.
Did not sustain visible injuries, what you're saying.
Correct, no visible injuries to her person. Your Honor, as far as risk of reoffending, he will have no issues with this, as he does not have a criminal history, Your Honor. Risk of intimidating the witness, Your Honor. My client can assure this honorable court that he will not intimidate his wife while he's out on bond, and that his goal is to get back to work to help his family, especially his son. Your Honor, his family does depend on his income. Therefore, Your Honor, we are asking for the total bond amount to be reduced to $1,000 total, and that he have no violent or harassing contact with the alleged victim in this matter.
All right, Ms. Bean.
The state does not object. It's true that he does not have any criminal history. And the state doesn't believe that he is a flight risk.
Has the state had a conversation with the wife?
Yes, I was just about to say, the victim is actually in the courtroom today and has requested contact. And I would agree, no violent or harassing contact is appropriate so long as she puts that on the record.
All right. Bring up the wife and Mr. Monfilston's wife. All right, Mr. Monfilston, can you go over with the deputy, please? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, please tell me your name. Okay, you're gonna have to speak way up for me.
Pascal Jean-Paul. Pascal Jean-Paul.
I'm sorry?
Pascal Jean-Paul. Pascal Jean-Paul.
Pascal Jean-Paul. Okay. All right, Madame Jean-Paul, it is my understanding that you wish to have contact of a non-violent nature with Mr. Monfilston.
Yes.
Do you have fear that this incident will reoccur or anything violent will happen between you?
¿Tiene usted el temor de que ese incidente puede volver a ocurrir o teme que algo violento puede pasar otra vez entre ustedes? No. No.
Do you have children, ma'am?
¿Tiene usted hijos, señora? Sí, 7 años. Yes, a 7-year-old.
A 7-year-old?
7 años. Yes, he's going.
All right. Are you working, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The court is going to grant the bond reduction to $1,000 total. So y'all work that out however the jail needs it to look. And also no violent or harassing conduct or contact with the alleged victim in this case. Please remind Mr. Monfiston, while Ms. Tolles is here, of all of the bond conditions that he has. Mr. Monfiston, if you were to violate the bond conditions by having violent or harassing contact with your wife, or by picking up an additional charge, you could have your bond revoked. You would be back in jail until such time as your case is resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies.
Okay.
Life is rough out here, Mr. Monfiston. It is always better to walk away and cool down.
Siempre es mejor optar por irse y tranquilizarse. Okay.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
And Your Honor, just for the record, I didn't catch the split for each charge for the bond.
I didn't give it. I said, y'all work that out and see, because I don't know what the jail requires. I know they get real persnickety about the charge that the person is brought in on versus what's accused. And so I don't want to mess it up by doing a split. Y'all might want to ask the jail what's, what is already on the books and then split it up that way. I don't really care. I don't care about the split. What I'm saying is $1,000 total, fix it with the jails, because I know that there are some charges that they call them attachment charges, I think, where those are the charges that come up that they are held on upon arrest. And then there may be additional charges during the accusation that don't have a bond coming up from magistrate court. So whatever the jail needs to satisfy what they have, y'all work it out.
And who would you like to, do you want defense to produce an order for you, Your Honor?
Yeah,
or
yeah, it's your motion. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further from defense on this case.
All right, next is Lyons. And then we'll have Jones and Hill. Do we have an announcement on Hill? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Mr. Hill, we need his status on his abandonment charge.
Maybe interpret, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Tortorello, do you want to do Lyons or Hill?
Mr. Lyons.
Okay, and we still have Jones too. Mr. Lyons, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. So, sir, you're before the court on state of Georgia versus Reginald Lamont Lyons, 2022 CR 02015 for DUI count 1, DUI less safe count 2, driving on a suspended or revoked license count 3, no license count 4, improper lane change count 5. Ms. Tortorella, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Your Honor, for count 1 DUI per se, there'll be a guilty plea. Count 2 DUI less safe merges into count 1. While license suspended, NOLO. And count 4, my understanding, improper lane change, the state is going to null pros.
Count 4 and 5?
No, Your Honor, just count 4. I think there's only 4 counts.
There's 5. Count 4 was the no license.
Oh, that's also no pros.
Okay, yeah. So, Mr. Lyons, by entering a plea of guilty, count 2 will merge. Count 3 is a NOLO plea, and counts 4 and 5 will be no pros. By entering the plea of guilty and NOLO, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
On June 13th, 2021, the defendant was the sole occupant and physical driver of his 2020 Toyota Corolla, which is involved in a single vehicle accident on Maddox Road and Old Rex Road Old Rex Morrow Road in Morrow, Georgia. During the investigation, he was observed to be unsteady on his feet, had slurred speech, glassy eyes, had an overwhelming odor of alcoholic beverage coming from his person. He also admitted to officers that he had drinking. He had at least 4 shots of tequila. And later, during a blood test, was found to be at 0.372 blood alcohol content. The state is recommending for count 1 DUI per se, 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for time served, balance probated, 240 hours of community service, risk reduction program, substance abuse evaluation, and any treatment recommended, no drugs or alcohol, random testing, and a $1,000 fine with a $500 suspension for that fine. For count 3, driving while license suspended, 12 months probation, a $500 fine, or 50 hours, whichever he amenable to him, 3 times a week community support groups, and that should run consecutively with count 1. I also just want to put on the record that this is his 6th in life and 3rd in 10.
ASG Bing, you kind of glitched on the count 3 reading. You said $500 fine or 50 hours of community service?
Or 50 hours of community service.
Thank you.
And 3 times a week community support group. That should run consecutively to count 1.
Thank you.
Mr. Lyons, when you gonna stop?
I actually already have. I had to.
I mean, because this is the 6th lifetime, 3 in the last 10. Usually people stop drinking and driving after their first one. They can sit home and get as drunk as they want to, and that really don't concern me. But when you put other people's lives at risk, that's what concerns me. And it took 6 times for you to get it.
Yes, I apologize, Your Honor.
No, don't apologize to me. Just think about all the lives you put at risk
Yes, ma'am.
because you weren't willing to acknowledge that you got a severe alcohol problem. Now tell me how you have fixed it.
Um, well, actually, I was taking AA, and I also got custody of. I have 5 grandkids that live with me now. So
That is not you wanting custody of them. That's because whatever child you got is out there and has failed to do what they need to do, or they're no longer present on this side of the earthly veil. So that's not a choice you made. That's these kids are coming to me because I don't want them to go into the system. That's not, you're not telling me that as a, oh, look at how good I am. I've cleaned up my act because I now have 5 kids. That wasn't your choice.
you're
I'm
right, Jan.
clear. Oh, I'm so clear. So now tell me what you have done to fix your issue.
I did AA meetings.
You
I
said you
worked a lot.
did them. Why would you
Yes,
stop?
because I have to work so much now, but I have to start back now because I have to do the support groups.
Okay, let me tell you something, Mr. Lyons. You're an alcoholic. You need to take AA meetings like you would take diabetes medicine if you were diabetic. You need to take AA meetings like you would take it if you had high blood pressure and you were on metformin or whatever other high blood pressure medicine. You need AA as a prescription, because you don't get to have 6 DUIs and then just say, well, I'm okay, well, I got to stop now. You don't get to do that. You have put people's lives at risk the 6 times we caught you. But imagine how many times you drove and drunk and you were, you were pissy drunk. I'm not afraid to say it. 0.372, that's almost 0.4. Do you know how much of your blood alcohol like how much alcohol you have? You got to work up to that. That's an amateur. Oh, that would kill somebody who just started. 0.372. And then you tell me, well, I used to do AA. No, sir. That's lifelong. Because you liable to go off the rails at any moment. And you got 5 grandchildren that you got to take care of. What's going on with the kids that had those kids that they couldn't take, they can't take care of?
They're incarcerated, Your Honor.
I'm so sick of the grandparent brigade having to come in and take care of kids because people are irresponsible or too crazy. They have kids and then they're too crazy to take care of the kids. And then the grandparents who are trying to live their lives have to take care of them. I'm so sick of that. Absolutely sick of it. Stop having kids for other people to take care of. Public service announcement. But Mr. Lyons, sir, this is a lot of stress. How old are the kids? Oldest and youngest?
The oldest is 7 and the youngest is 1.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy. No, sir, you gonna stay in AA meetings. And you know why? Because at any moment you could go off the rails. At any moment. Because this is not what you asked for. You got to take care of 5 kids from 1 to 7. Sir, at any moment you could put somebody's life in risk because you're going to be looking at that bottle going, if I just take a little sip. You don't have take a little sip genes. So you need to get back into a community support organization and stay in it. Like, that's not a choice for you. 6 DUIs? 6. Most people don't have none. The majority of people in life have never had a DUI. You have 6. You have actually hit the top scale of who I've had. I've been on this bench going on 10 years, this bench. And then before that, I was 4 years on magistrate court. So I saw DUIs there too. And you have hit the top scale. There's only one other person who's had a higher blood alcohol level. Think about that. Now I see this all day, every day. And you have come in second for blood alcohol level and number 1 for number of DUIs. So, sir, no, you don't get to just stop going to AA. You don't.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
don't get to kill us all because you got other things going on. We clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to be talking to somebody almost every day. Do you have a sponsor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you still have a sponsor?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to get back into those community support classes. That is not that is so not a choice that you get to make, because you don't get to kill us. You do not get to get on the road with a point with almost 4.4. 0.08 is drunk, like for the purposes of it being a crime. 0.08. You have 0.375. You got, sir. Sir, really?
Yes, ma'am.
You pickling yourself, and then you're gonna let everybody else suffer for it because you decide to get behind the wheel of a car. I don't want to be the person who pulls out of my driveway and you come running past me drunk as Cooter Brown, as my grandmother would say, and you end up killing me and my kids and my husband. I don't want to be that person. I don't want anybody else within the sound of my voice to be the person that you end up killing. And you should think about that every single day. That but for the grace of whoever made us, you have not killed somebody, including yourself. You don't get to do that, sir. There is nothing I could sentence you to that would be worse than you waking up every day knowing you took somebody's life. Nothing. Is that a sentence you want?
No, ma'am.
Because 6 DUIs, that I just am speechless. That's just crazy talk. That's crazy. That's just horrible. And you don't get to do that to everybody. 0.375, horrible. You don't get to do that to. Let me just tell you a secret. If you want to kill yourself and drink yourself to death, do it at your house. Don't get behind the wheel of a car. Because I'm also gonna ask for an interlock device. In fact, the $500 fine on the second one, I don't care about that. I would rather have an interlock device.
So, Your Honor, just to get this clear on the record, so the $500 fine or 50 hours of community service.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about the money. What I want is an interlock device.
I'm sorry, you don't count one or count three?
Count one.
Because count one is not, per the statute, is not suspendable. I'm
suspending it on count 3, but
Gotcha.
I want the interlock device on count 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
And because he's getting the interlock device, and I know that costs, I'm willing to suspend the amount on count 3. Although count 3 will still be consecutive for him to complete any of the special conditions from count 1.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 1, 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to do 240 hours of community service, to take a risk reduction course, a substance abuse evaluation, and any treatment that may be ordered. You're to have no alcohol or illicit drugs during the course of your probation. You're subject to random screens for alcohol and drugs. You'll pay a fine in the amount of $1,000. $500 of that will be suspended, and you're also required to get an interlock device installed on your vehicle.
Judge, excuse me, for how many months? The 12 or the all 24?
All 24.
Thank you.
Could I ask you a question, Judge, please?
Sure.
What if I don't have a vehicle right now?
If you get one.
Okay. I understand, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because see, I don't know how you're gonna get around with kids 1 to 7. They need transportation out of this world. Now, I don't know if you're living with somebody who has transportation and you depend on them, but if there's a car anywhere in your future within the next 24 months, it has to have an interlock device before you get behind the wheel.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because you don't get to kill us, sir. That's my theme. You don't get to kill anybody. You don't get to do that. Count 3 will run consecutive to count 1. 12 months, a fine in the amount of $500 will be suspended for the interlock device on count 1. And you're to do 3 community support groups per week. They have them by video now, so work it out. Even if you got to stay up late after you put the kids to bed and do a midnight a community support group, I don't care, but you need to do them.
Yes.
The community support should be like breathing for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because, sir, do you have somebody to help you with these 5 kids?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
thank goodness for that. But just so clear that this is a recipe for disaster.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you thought you had stress before that made you do 0.375, having 5 kids between the ages of 1 and 7, that will stress you. Trust me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything, Ms. Tortorello?
Only that you accept the plea as negotiated, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll accept the plea as I've stated, and counts 4 and 5 will be no pros. Mr. Lyons, you owe it to everybody involved to be better.
Yes, Your Honor.
You do it, because this is not a record you want to set. All right. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. James. Ms. James is going to explain everything you need to know about probation. The quickest way to get rearrested is to test positive for alcohol or substances, illicit substances, or to fail to report for your probation reports. And so please make sure that you do not do that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to put you in breakout room number 6 with Miss James. Once you finish speaking with her, your next requirement is to go to probation. If you have any difficulties with any of the special conditions that I've ordered, please make sure you speak with your probation officers. They are amazing at helping you successfully complete probation. But if you don't let them know that you're having an issue, they won't be able to help you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, you can go into breakout room number 6, please.
Okay, have a great day, Your Honor.
You too.
Can I get Khalil Jones, please?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Jones, Your Honor, would be the next one up. He's a probation revocation.
All right, we ready on Hill? Jones, which one?
Jones, Your Honor, please.
I'm sorry.
Jones, Your Honor.
Did you say Hill or Jones?
Jones, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Amen.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on state of Georgia versus, sorry. Is this Ms. Chang or Mr. Austin?
It's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. All right, so state of Georgia versus Khalil Damare Jones. 2025 CR 00494, petition for revocation of probation. You're before this court. You were here on a criminal trespass on the 4th day of February 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 3 months and 0 days remaining. This is your second hearing. You failed to comply with a drug screen. You provided a urine sample that was too dilute to assure a negative test. You failed to report to probation on October 15, 2025. You last reported on October 21st, 2025. You failed to attend your AANA or other community support group at least 2 meetings per week. You failed to pay. And Ms. Tortorello, what is your client? What's your stance on all of these things?
Yes, Your Honor, we're stipulating to the violations. However, we want to assure the court that as far as his failure to attend AA meetings and community support groups, he will provide.
I'm sorry, what now?
Failure to attend community support groups, that's one of the violations. We are stipulating to everything. We just want to assure the court that he's going to provide documents showing that he's attended through October. And also for the failure to pay right after he is released, as we are accepting the probation's recommendation. After his release, he's also going to catch up on his payments. Reason being, Your Honor, that he failed to pay this one is because of his incarceration due to this matter.
Okay, so what's been going on? A dilute sample scares me because that means you're trying to avoid getting caught for something. That means you're not doing what I asked you to do. And then you're not going to the AA meetings, but you've been on probation for what, 7 months, 8 months? And so you got 3 months remaining. But if Ms. Chang is saying that you haven't been attending and showing proof, that's just not the month of October. What's been going on? Why aren't you going to the AA or NA or community support meetings? First of all, let's start from the basics. How old are you?
32.
How old?
32.
So you're good and grown. How many kids you have, if any?
Got 3 boys.
Okay, so what kind of example do you expect to set for those boys?
A better one.
No, how you gonna do that? You know what? People always think, well, you know, they're gonna be all right. They with their mama and her people and they good. But you're in an orange jumpsuit. So if you want 3 boys in an orange jumpsuit in front of me around the same time I'm ready to retire, and I'm gonna be crotchety then. You think I'm mean now, I'm gonna be really mean then keep doing what you're doing. Because you're just setting an example for them that this is how you're supposed to live. Not go find you a good job, go to work, get you a nice car, nice house, come home, support your kids as they go to school, sit with them and help them do their homework, go to their sporting events, go to the teacher-parent conferences, because you want to make sure that they end up having a great life, and that they should end up being great citizens, not patriotic, good citizen, but a person who can come home every day and feel like that they made a difference in this world. But you showing them that, hey, you know, I mean, what it is. I'm gonna be out here doing what I'm gonna do. I'm out here in these streets.
I'm at work.
You what?
So I be working.
Obviously not, sir, because I'm looking at you in an orange jumpsuit. What work we doing now? Where are we working?
I work at PG Airport Park and I do valet. And I was
You do what?
Speak up, son.
Speak up.
Valet parking.
Okay, sir. I know that's gig economy and you
I
probably
was
make a
doing
lot.
dispatch.
Huh?
And I also was doing dispatch before as well too. I had 2 jobs.
Okay. All right, let's talk turkey. Who's raising these kids while you incarcerated?
Mothers.
Huh?
And mothers.
How many mothers?
3.
Okay, so see, that's your first problem right there. Because you're spreading your seed far and wide. Are you on child support?
Oh, man.
Are you paying? Because let me just tell you, I say this to people all the time. Men come in here and they think, You know, if they throwing a little $200, $300 a month at somebody, oh, that's child support. I'm taking care of my kids. Let me just tell you, for one person and one parent, the minimum it takes, and it used to be like $2,600, $2,700, but I know it's gone up to like $3,200. So probably about $3,200. Because if you think about monthly rent, taking care of an automobile so you can get around. Atlanta's not one of those cities where every place has MARTA or a train or bus that makes it convenient, especially if you have a kid and they have activities or they get sick and you got to rush them to the hospital in the middle of the night. So you got three separate families that are at a minimum needing to have $3,500 a month at a minimum. And I'm not talking about balling out lovely. I'm not talking about Lucci flying through the air. I'm talking about minimum, just living. And you spread that out 3 times. So we're already talking about $9,000. And if you ain't got half on $9,000 to take care of your kids, you really can't talk to me about how you taking care of stuff. You really can't. A job as a valet, oh, it's a beautiful thing. A job as a dispatcher, oh, it's a beautiful thing. But you together ain't making as much as if you had a skilled trade, like you were doing HVAC, plumbing, electrical, running your own business, or working with a business that was doing volume, because we're getting ready to get into the cold months. Her furnace is about to die left, right, and center. That's when HVAC charge. They charge. But see, you think you can come in here and get a cute little smile, the same smile that probably got you them 3 kids with them 3 different women. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm a valet and then I do dispatch. My husband has never had less than 2 jobs and a gig and a side hustle. Never, ever had less than that. Worked as a teacher for 34 years, went and got his doctorate, worked, has his own band, has a property, but I mean, just every time I turned around, he had something that he had done coming up to make money. Sold Kirby vacuum cleaners, sold cars, was a taxi driver, did multiple things at the same time to make sure he was never slipping. So you got 3 different kids in 3 different households. And I know when you go to the barbershop or the braid shop, you be having your chest out talking about how much you doing for your kids, when I can tell you, you really not. Because if you ain't got half on that $3,500 times 3, you ain't doing jack, bruh. You just throwing seed around. You making babies, but you're not taking care of babies. I bet you ain't never sat down with the mothers of your children and asked them, what's your monthly expenses? Let's talk about this, because you got my son. How can I make your life better? Because you got my son. If she was slipping and your child wasn't being taken care of, any of those women, you and your mama would be on the courthouse steps talking about, we calling defects. She's slipping. She ain't doing this. She ain't doing that. But what are you doing, sir? I had a dude come in here talking about he had 3 kids, talking about he gave her $300 a month and he wasn't going to give her all that money. $300 a month, sir. That's not even a Happy Meal a day for 3 kids. 3 kids eat, 3 kids need shoes, 3 kids need clothes, 3 kids got school fees, 3 kids got activities, especially when you got kids that you want them to be something. So I just need you to reset your mind, because if you think you really taking care of your kids, I'm about to tell you you're not. If you want to Google it and do the same thing I did, us one single parent with 1 kid, what it takes to live, and you got 3 single parents with 3 kids. So you know I'm not lying to you. You ain't never sat down with them and said, what does it take for you to raise my son? Let me make sure I got half on it. And now that you got it all spread out, there ain't no way in the world you gonna have half on it. Not unless you go get yourself a business that's churning out some big money. Because we talking $4,500 a month. That's $9,000. So when men come and they say this crazy foolishness about, well, now the mother of the child is taking care of the child. She has the custody of the child. She's taking them to school every day, picking them up every day. She's got them in activities. She's got them in sports. She's getting their hair cut. She's doing the medical stuff. If they get sick, she's sitting up at night. If she got to miss a day of work, that's money that she don't have. And then you'll have men sitting around talking about, yeah, man, she ain't doing nothing with my money but getting her nails and her hair did. If that was the case, all of y'all would be calling defects, talking about take my kid because she is abusing them or neglecting them. Let's try not to have any more children right now. Because condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. You 32, so you're gonna be out there doing what you do. You're gonna be out there having sex. But please, condoms are cheaper than child support or child care. Because until you could be straight up on it, until you could have half on it, really, sir, you falling behind. And then you wasting your time with this foolishness. You didn't come back here. This is your second hearing. You already come back here. We got the dilute urine. Come on, that's an old trick. Please, that's as old as getting somebody else's urine and strapping it to your leg. Please, let's be more creative. And then you failed to report. Then you failed to go to your AA or NA meetings because you feel like that I ain't no drug. I don't have that. Sir, I'm gonna need you to get with it. I really am. Because you got 3 sons that you are launching into this world. And if you haven't been watching the news, they picking people up that look like me and you off the street to see if we are citizens. My history in this country goes back about 9 generations. I can count where my family came from back to 1805. That's the black part of my family, because we all mixed up. 1805 in this country. I can follow my people, but they are picking folk like me and you up off the street to see if we belong here. And so you got 3 sons that are facing a world that looks like that. If you don't get yourself together and help raise them children, get it together, sir. Come and be here smiling, talking about you a valet and a dispatcher. Put all that together and you still ain't meeting the needs for one of those kids. Get it together. What's the recommendation?
Your Honor, probation recommends serve 7 days, credit for time served, return to probation.
I'm sorry, return to probation and what now?
Under the same conditions, he already has drug screen each report and the AA meetings.
Okay, let me just tell you, sir. You failed to go and produce AA meetings. I want Ms. Chain to send me a warrant. You failed to produce a urine so that it could be tested. I want a warrant. You test positive for any substance. I want a warrant. Because if you ain't out here helping and doing what you need to do, what do I care? I'm gonna put you in the Clayton County Jail. And you know what? If you haven't been watching the news, folk dying up in there. But if you don't care about the 3 sons you raised, then why should I care about you?
In your honor, just for the record, my client does have proof that he's been.
Ms. Tortorella, we already went over that. He got proof for October.
He has proof that he's been going through October, and he will provide that once upon release.
I got that. But what I'm saying is he needs to stay out of jail, stay on a job, and do what I asked him to do. Because he's got kids and they need him. It's time out for you 32 years old acting like you 20. You grown, act grown, be a man. Everybody want to act like they a man, but they don't do man stuff. Ooh, too much. It's way too much. I'm sure you go around saying that. And if any of them be a doctor, a lawyer, a football, a basketball, you be your chest. But if you listen to the number of professional athletes whose fathers failed them and then show up right when they hit it big, you would know that that's where you headed.
Your Honor, you said something on the record that I could not catch. It was muffled.
I said, if his sons ever got hit it big by becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or sports star, he would be right there thumping his chest talking about that's my son, except he would have nothing on it. He would not have done anything to help those children accomplish that. That's what I said. All right, Mr. Jones, don't be a deadbeat dad, okay? All right, bye.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
for his next appointment, Ms. Tortorello,
Hold on. Yes.
to report Wednesday, November the 5th at 1:30.
Wednesday. Sometimes the jail does take 48 hours to release them. So is there, can we?
This would be November the 5th.
Oh, no, okay, thank you. Wednesday, November the 5th.
Thanks, Ms. Chang.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have this morning. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I believe Mr. Hill's the only case left.
Mr. Hill?
Yes.
All right, sir, what you got? Turn your camera on.
Uh,
All right.
how you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing a little better.
I see you in a truck. That means that you driving, making that money for those kids.
Yeah, man. I just started.
All right. What's going on?
I just started this week. My first check going straight to child support. I want to be on track, do the right thing, and be there for my kid. Hope I get to see him one day.
Mr. Hill, let me tell you something. Whether you see your kids or not, you can do all of that through Superior Court. Legitimation, paternity, you can get a whole list of orders from the Superior Court that will designate how you see your kids. But whether you contribute to the raising of your kids, what I'm trying to do is change mindsets out here. Folk going around thinking that $300 is a lot of money. It is not, sir. It's not. By the time you buy 3 jackets for this weather that's changing right now, that's 3 jackets and 3 pairs of shoes. That's more than $300 right there.
Yeah. I want to do more.
So when somebody says, well, you know, she just taking my money and she's just doing it, using it, no custodial parent, if she's not getting at least half of what her monthly payout is, meaning half the rent or mortgage, half the car payment, half the insurance, half the medical insurance, somebody to help her if one of them kids gets sick and she can't go to work. If she got a job where if she don't go to work, she don't get paid, but she got children with sniffles. That's why I think spread so quickly through an elementary school or a middle school, because mamas can't afford to stay home with kids who got fevers, who's sick. Unless it's real bad, a lot of kids go to school sick. And we got fathers out here thinking that they doing something by withholding money from their kids. And to me, that is the lowest of the low.
Man, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be that man. I'm not that man.
Okay. Well, what we're looking at going to her from this first check? What's an amount?
The whole my order $400. I want to and every week I got a job where they garnish my wages. If they don't, I still want to pay half for it to make.
Yeah, because you're $17,000 in the hole, and
Yeah.
I don't even have that paperwork in front of me. I remember it's right up here. You $17,000 in the hole. I asked you. I said 30 days. Give me $5,000.
I know it. I lost everything. I'll be honest with you. I'm rebuilding. I ain't got no excuses.
You don't, Mr. Hill, but let me tell you something. Those who do right by other people, things go well for them. When you don't do right by other people, your whole world collapses. And you know why? Because when you put good out in the world and you're a solid stand-up person, then good comes back to you. But when you're so busy trying to undercut somebody else or tell them they ain't doing what they supposed to do, you can't focus on good coming into your life.
Man.
I believe that. If you're doing good for somebody else, good is going to come to you.
Amen.
So if you're trying to rebuild your life, it starts with doing good for your children.
Amen. I understand.
You don't have to be buddy with the mother of your children, but you do have to respect her because you made the choice to go to her and have 3 kids. You made that choice. But if you made that choice, you don't get to now disrespect her. You don't get to do that. And you don't get to disrespect the mother of your children. Because you know what that says to them? Well, half of me must be bad. My daddy keeps talking bad about my mama. She's half of me. You want your children to internalize that?
Wow.
Get it together, Mr. Hill. Get it together. Don't come back before me on this foolishness. I don't care how many jobs you have to get, how hard you have to work. Don't come back here when you ain't giving that woman her money for them children. Because no matter what you giving her, it ain't gonna never be enough.
Amen.
All right?
Amen.
All right. You're free to go. Keep giving her her money. If I have to see you again, it's not gonna be cute.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
And change your mindset about all of this. $300 for 3 kids ain't no money. It's not. And don't make her feel bad because you feel bad about yourself. Fix you. That don't have nothing to do with her.
Amen.
All right.
Thank
you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your time on this.
All right. Anything else we got? All right. I'm going to be signing. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bye-bye.